Hello, BookTube. Let's go through a little mail, shall we? We haven't done that in a bit. Let's see. What do we start here? This is a historical novel review. It's the historical novel reviews indie branch for self-published novels is me. So I occasionally get those. This is from Leon Mintz, and it is part of the Arthurian Tales, and it's called Arise Pendragon. It's a 4-book series. Continues with Arise Pendragon. Second title tells of the difficult times endured by Artorius, the son of Uther Pendragon. Oh, so this is the second book in a series. Okay. I'll have to ask the author to send the first book. So that's a bit of an insider baseball beginning, but we'll go on from there. This one is not historical novel review. What have we got here? Oh, okay, good. This is the finished copy of a book that comes out in mid-October called Why Preservation Matters by Max Page. My galley copy did not have a pretty cover. This one has a nice pretty cover. That's good. Let's go on here. There are a couple of big packages in here, and we know how much Steve likes those. We'll do some of these little ones first. Oh, all right. This is Andrew Motion, Coming Into Land, a selection of his poetry. He was the Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom from 1999 to 2009, and is the 2015 winner of the Ted Hughes Award. He's the author of several biographies. His authorized biography of Philip Larkin won the Whitbread Prize. He lives in Baltimore, and he teaches at Johns Hopkins. I seem to remember him writing a biography that wasn't Larkin that I really liked. And now I don't have a list here. Is it possible that he did a biography of Keats? It's terrible that I don't remember. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out. So that's contemporary poetry to add to the pile. What have we got here? Oh, ready for a jolt of testosterone. This is The Breakout by Ryan David John. There's a prison, a soldier. After a Marine is wrongly imprisoned in a hellish Mexican prison, a kind of Mexican prison, his fellow soldiers go AWOL to rescue him, and it isn't long before violent mayhem ensues. I'll take violent mayhem any day. All right, that comes out in January. We've got a box here. What is this? Okay. What is this? This is a University of Nebraska press. Oh, very nice. This is called Thinking About the Torah. A Philosopher Reads the Bible by Kenneth Seeskin. Oh, that sounds intriguing. This comes out in November. The Bible is an enduring source of inspiration for the human heart and mind, and readers of Thinking About the Torah will be rewarded with an enhanced understanding of this great work's deeper meanings. Okay. I love that kind of thing. That's a nice one. Now let's do a box. This is from Brilliance Publishing. But it's as light as a feather. So whatever's in here could easily have gone in an envelope, I'm sure. Yes. Well, it doesn't matter. This is The Age of Daredevils by Michael Clarkson. With a barrel going over Niagara Falls on the cover. And there it is. There it is. The actual illustration on the cover itself. He's an award-winning journalist and the author of 7 nonfiction books. And this is up. This is upside down. No, it's not upside down. It's just printed wrong. And it's Amazon that does the printing. So I think you all know what I'm going to say next. Now this is upside down inside the book. Maybe it was intended to be that way because of the barrel over the falls type thing. Who knows? I think that's a risk you run. By turns a family drama and an action-adventure story, The Age of Daredevils chronicles the lives of the men and women who devoted themselves to the extraordinary sport of jumping over Niagara Falls in a barrel. So that's actually what it's about. A death-defying gamble that proved a powerful temptation to a hardy few. Internationally known in the 1920s and 1930s for their barrel-jumping exploits, the Hills were a father-son team of daredevils who also rescued dozens of misguided thrill-seekers and accident victims who followed them into the river. The publicity surrounding the Hills' spectacular feats ushered in tourism, making Niagara Falls the nation's foremost honeymoon destination, but ultimately set Red Hill Jr. on a perilous path to surpass his father's extraordinary leaps into the void. Interesting. Then we've got another cardboard container. Now I'm wondering if that thing is printed upside down on purpose. And I'll never know. I would have to contact the publicist, and I don't really want to do that. What have we got here? There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. What is all this? Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. This is the finished copy of Looking for Betty McDonald. This is a biography of the woman who wrote The Egg and I, which was a classic before most of you were born, and is a wonderful, wonderful book, hilarious. And I reviewed it for the University of Washington Press. I reviewed it for Open Letters a little while ago and praised it to the skies. And they saw the review, and they sent me the finished copy of the book and their reprints of her 3 books. There's The Plague and I, which is, believe it or not, a funny account of her contracting tuberculosis. There's Anybody Can Do Anything, which is also a funny account of her living through the Great Depression. And here's Onions in the Stew. So, look at that. It's a Betty McDonald pile, and I can't help but notice, not that I mean to look a gift horse in the mouth, that The Egg and I is not here. I wonder if... it's not possible if they could reprint her without doing The Egg and I. That would be the whole point of a reprint run at Betty McDonald. I'll have to write to the publicist and find out what's going on. And then this thing here. Sorry, this is a rather questioning mail haul, isn't it? There are more mysteries than there are certainties. That's unusual. All right, what do we got here? 2 books, both from Penguin Random House. First one is The Wanderers by Meg Howry. She's the author of Blindsight and The Crane's Dance, and the co-author of the best-selling novels City of Dark Magic and City of Lost Dreams. The Crane's Dance. I seem to remember that being good. In 4 years, Prime Space will put the first human on Mars. Helen Kane, Yoshiro Tanaka, and Sergei Kunitsov must prove they're the crew for the job by spending 17 months in the most realistic simulation ever created. But the complications of inner space may prove no less fraught than those of outer space, as the line between what is real and unreal begins to blur, and the key relationships with the people each astronaut has left behind, daughter, wife, and son, hang in the balance. Okay. And The Wanderers comes out in March. Interesting. Huh? All right. And then we have another novel, Burning Bright, by Nicholas Petrie, the author of The Drifter, which was fantastic. What a thriller. Peter Ash sought peace and quiet among the towering redwoods of Northern California, but the trip isn't quite the balm he hoped for. The balm? You bring a balm around a baby? Sorry, couldn't help myself. The dense forest and close fog cause his claustrophobia to buzz and spark. Then he stumbles upon a hungry grizzly. Peter doesn't favor his odds in a fight of man against bear, so he makes a strategic retreat up a nearby sapling. There he finds something strange, a climbing rope affixed to a distant branch above. It leads to another and another, up through the giant tree canopy, ending at a hanging platform. On the platform is a woman on the run. From below them comes the sound of men and gunshots. God, I tell you, this guy can do no wrong. When it comes to thrillers, he can do no wrong. Wonderful. Okay, this comes out in January. As a public service announcement for those of you who may ever find yourself in such situations, it is absolutely a myth that climbing a sapling is any kind of escape from a grizzly. They don't care at all. And why should they? They are as strong as elephants, and they have linoleum knives for claws. They can climb a tree right after you. They probably won't, but they easily could. You wouldn't bet your life on it. Wow. Okay. Very good. All right. So we ended on a strong note. Two interesting sounding novels, and then we've got a bunch of Betty McDonald, an upside down printed Amazon book, a biblical exegesis, which is always a favorite of mine, more pumping testosterone in The Breakout, a slim volume of poetry, self-published novel about King Arthur, and a book on art preservation. The finished copy of a book on art preservation. Very nice. A nice little stack. So we'll do this again soon. Thank you, BookTube.